Born in 1928, Walasse Ting is a painter, poet, and artist, celebrated for his colorful and bright depictions of animals, flora, and sultry women. After growing up in Shanghai, he briefly studied at the Shanghai Art Academy in the 1940s, before leaving for Paris at the age of 19. In 1952, he immigrated to Paris with no passport and barely any money. During that time, Ting lived and worked in a tiny studio in Paris. There, he became associated with the artists belonging to the avant-garde Cobra group. In 1957, he traveled to New York, where he befriended the American artist Sam Francis. When they met, Francis and Ting found they had friends in common from their Paris days. Francis introduced Ting to his dealer Martha Jackson, who gave Ting a solo show in 1960. The two artists were soon showing together in Italy in 1961 and then again in 1962 at the Seattle World's Fair. Ting became strongly influenced by abstract expressionism and pop art. He befriended artists such as Andy Warhol and Tom Wesselman, whose works influenced Ting in style and color. In 1964, he conceived the legendary book 1 Cent Life, with 68 original colored lithographs from 28 contemporary artists. Ting's poetry, the only text in his illustrated book, serves to weave together the wildly diverse works of European and American pop art and expressionist artists, such as Andy Warhol, Jim Dine, Klaus Oldenburg, and Joan Mitchell. It's an indispensable reference to the art of the time. Francis' patronage of 1 Cent Life, which helped Ting's career bloom, cemented their friendship. Francis and Ting's friendship lasted their whole life, despite their frequent travels. Letters became a means to connect. They visited from time to time and exhibited together. In the early years, Ting exhibited splattered abstract paintings that shared certain fluidity with Sam's work, as seen in the exhibition at the Carnegie Institute Museum of Art in 1972, together with Joan Mitchell. Ting and Francis explored the overlaps of Asian brush painting and Western action painting together, influencing one another along the way. In 1977, Ting was awarded the Guggenheim Fellowship for Creative Arts. By the late 1970s, Ting's art moved from abstraction towards representational. Sultry ladies, horses, and brightly hued parrots. The most popular theme was the female nude, surrounded by lush flowers and animals, painted in a rich palette of bright acrylics on rice paper and canvas, layered with powerful effervescent brushstrokes and Chinese ink. Ting's paintings are a celebration of love, life, and beauty, with a mix of Chinese and Western aesthetics. His seductive, magical world is one of pure sensory pleasure. Being bold and unrestrained, he often referred to himself as the flower thief, and signed his work as such. Looking at the themes of his paintings, we can see why. Allison Fine Arts began working with Ting in 1986 and has since held over 10 solo exhibitions for the esteemed artist, the most recent one being in 2017. Ting passed away in 2010 in New York, leaving behind a legacy of transnational aesthetics. His works continue to be exhibited around the world and belong in important museum collections.